Hello all, welcome back. This is Tim Ravens, and this is Ravens Magic School Part 2. In this episode, I want to go over a few things. First of all, the two halves of the mind, the conscious and the subconscious. Remember how I said religion and faith are something in your subconscious mind? Well, in order for your magic or, to manifest anything in your environment, to perform spells and do things like that, you have to become balanced between the two parts of your mind, your conscious and subconscious. Take for example, like when you were a little kid and you believed in the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus, everything seemed so magic or special around that time, You were told that some guy came down the chimney, even though you had no chimney, and put presents under the tree, and you believed it, and it made everything so magic, and you swore that you heard him do it. It was all in your mind, your subconscious mind. You truly believed, and your perspective was different. So it's kind of like you have to put your mind back into that perspective. Your subconscious was changed, and you have to get back into that state of really believing in something that cannot be seen. Faith, basically, faith is the belief in unseen forces and entities in this world and many other realms. I mean, it may take a while and it takes practice, but I believe when you're depressed or you get challenged or something crappy happens in your life and you have to get over it, and you feel like you've done absolutely everything in your power to make it better and nothing works, well, there's one thing you can do still, and that's magic. Magic kind of gives you a course of action, a course of action to take when you feel like there's nothing left. So it kind of gives you like this extra special last resort thing, when you feel like everything is useless and you can't do anything. Well, that's where you use magic. It puts you into a state of mind that you can take care of things. It puts you into state of mind like, hey, I'm going to do this spell, this is going to work, and I'm going to overcome this problem, and everything's going to be okay. And you do it, and if you do it right, it actually works. It puts you into that state of being where you solve or overcome your problems or blockages. I mean, to me, that's magic. I mean, it just eliminates your negative thoughts of you can't do this or you're not going to get this, and you think, yes, I am, and it's going to work, and boom, it works, and you're like, wow, and it totally shocks you when it works. I mean, it doesn't always work. If it always worked, everyone would do it, but it just matters how you do it and how you focus on it, and you just keep your faith and your hope, and you keep trying, and you don't give up, and that's kind of how magic works. Alright, well, now that we got the perspective and the mind thing kind of explained, I want to talk about the different methods and types of magic there is. There's a lot of different types of magic. There's planetary magic, spiritual or mind magic, candle magic, ceremonial magic, sigil magic, which I'm going to get into here in a few minutes because sigil magic is one of the things I'm going to focus on and try to explain and teach here. Also, there's astrological magic that has to do with like tarot cards and reading and things like that, and that's also something I'm going to teach how to do here too, because that's something I really like. Alright, these are a couple different methods of magic I like to use. One's called sympathetic magic. This is the type of magic where you create sigils and stuff like that, where you focus your energy or your intent into the symbol or sigil you create. While you're creating it, you focus on it, and you put that energy into that symbol, and there's a couple different ways you can make it interact. You can hide it, you can put it in plain view. If you put it in plain view, I think it can draw a lot of kind of confusing energy for people that don't really know what it is, or they look at it and they go, what the heck is that? You can kind of draw from that what the heck is that energy and filter it and kind of draw it into yourself or into that symbol and then use it later. I'm going to get more into that a little bit later, but the next method, comparative magic, this is like an amulet or talisman or a charm that you can create and inscribe something on, and basically that represents your power or your courage when you wear it to get through a certain thing or a reason that you wear it. Another method is directive magic. This affects that. It's kind of energy that is focused on a goal or directed into another object. Like, say someone's sick or something and you want to heal them, and you kind of take that sick energy away from them and put it into something like a rock or a tree or a crystal or something. Sounds kind of weird, but they actually did do these things and it was thought to work. You have to put it in some kind of vessel or container or something that can hold it, and somewhere where it's not going to harm anyone else and just exist in itself and be away from that thing or person. And another method I want to talk about is transference magic. This is one that I'm going to be showing a little example of. This enters that basically. It's the negative energy is moved from one object or person into another. This example I want to use is the feather down method. It's where a person who's suffering from negativity and needs to be cleansed or start over, they kind of stand above a bowl of salt water or blessed water, and the person uses a feather of some sort. I like to use a crow's feather or a black feather, and you kind of wipe or feather down all the negative energy from the person while they're standing there, and you just start from the top of the head and you go down and just go all the way down thinking about that negative energy, and you kind of picture in your head you're taking that black and turning it white, and you're just going all the way down into the bowl of the salt water. And then after you do that all the way down from the head to the feet, you remove the bowl and you light incense and set it at their feet, and you light the incense and you take the feather and you use the smoke of the incense to feather it up slowly from their feet all the way back up, through their body to their head. And in doing this, you're filling their body and their mind back up with the positive energy. And there's a lot more to it. You have to focus on the problems or the things that are bothering you, and when you're done with the ritual or process, you take the salt water and you have to dump it somewhere away from your house, at a crossroads, sewer, not down your drain in your house, because a lot of bad things I've heard have happened to people who dump stuff that they've used in magical workings and rituals down their drain. So just don't do that. You want the negative energy to be put somewhere, or the water to be put somewhere that can flow away, back into the nature, into the earth, to be redistributed and used again. Another thing I wanted to bring up too is that energy is cyclical. Once you use it, you can return it to the earth, to be filtered and used again. It's kind of redistributed. The earth kind of cleanses it and filters it and puts it back into nature for use once again. Everything in the craft is seen as alive. It has energy. Everything does, and you respect everything. And in doing so, it kind of opens up your awareness. You get intuitive to the conscious and subconscious. You can better receive info from your surroundings. You can better manipulate things, becoming more aware or alert to the presence of the energies. Then you can communicate or work better. You train your awareness. You can do this by talking to plants, animals, rocks, the gods. You kind of practice your awareness by talking to these things, and then you can kind of feel the energies or read their reactions to them. Kind of sounds weird, but things in nature can be used to represent a lot of different energies. So these things were actually done, and they're taught still today. So don't think somebody's nuts because they're talking to a plant or something like that. It's actually a practice of the mind and a practice of awareness. And another important topic I really wanted to stress and talk about is, taking respect and the seriousness in this, and not going out and messing around and trying to make someone's life horrible or trying to do evil or baneful magic, I like to call it, because I don't think any magic is evil. It's just your intent, if your intent is good or not. I don't think you should try to do that right now. I mean, first of all, you got to get yourself right and get things balanced and harmonious, you know. And one of these things is working by the rules, and there is rules. You know, for big rituals and castings, you should cast a circle. There is simple methods of casting a circle, and there's complicated methods. These things I want to explain to you guys because it's something that's important and something you have to do, really. I mean, you don't have to cast a circle for every single thing you do, but there's simple circles, or even calling the elementals with a pentagram, drawing it in the air. There's just a lot of different things you can do in your mind as well, but it has to do with cleansing or grounding yourself or neutralizing the area before you perform or do these things. You know, you want to make sure you have a protection or barrier, you know, that contains these things that you're working with or calling. And you know, when you're done with them, you have to close the circle, and there's ways of doing that as well. You don't want to let things that came through, you know, wander around in your house or wherever you were to harm or mess up nature, you know. There's a lot of rules and seriousness you got to take with this, and I just wanted to stress that. And I've been told that by everyone that is serious in teaching this craft. They stress the point of respect for nature and people, and you know, working by the rules, because this is a complicated thing. It's not something that you should toy around with. You should take it seriously, and I just wanted to share that with you and stress that fact. You know, I just want everyone to do better with this magic I'm teaching and use it for better. I don't want to, you know, someone to ruin their life or try to sabotage someone else by using magic, because that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm kind of doing this for, you know, the modern regular day people like you and me, to try to understand these things better. Like you, I mean, I give credit to all these teachers out there that, you know, make videos and write books about this stuff, because it's crazy, you know, how much stuff you have to read and go over just to convert it into a little 15-minute video. I mean, I've had to read and write hours and hours of stuff just to kind of dumb it down really to wording and explanations that even I can understand. You know, I just want to try to do my part to make this stuff understandable to the modern world, because it's starting to be forgotten. And the reason it's forgotten is because people are hiding it. And you know, I don't know why they're hiding it, because then people practice it wrong and do it wrong, and it's messing everything up. So this is kind of, you know, a way to get it out there and make it easier for us to work and practice, and encourage us to live better lives. And like I've said before, everything that I teach on my videos and stuff, I make sure I go back and study and reread and get different views about it to make sure that it is true and it is written and it is used. Alright, well, one of these methods I wanted to show you in this episode is sigil magic, or chaos magic. First thing you got to do is write your statement of intent. Say you want something to happen, like I want to be strong, or give me courage. You write that sentence down, and you kind of go through a method of crossing out the repeating letters, crossing out the vowels, and you kind of, you know, minimize the letters by crossing out ones and leaving some. You can also convert the letters that are left into runes, either Futhark runes, which I like to use, or witch runes, or Lanthi runes. There's a lot of different types of runes you can use. It depends on, you know, your practice or what you want to use. Now, it's said that nature pours a vacuum. Where attention goes, energy flows. So you draw something that creates attention, energy is going to flow to it, you know. even if they don't believe in it, they don't have to believe it. They look at it and they go, what the hell? What is that weird shape? You know, and you use that energy, you know, you use that power. One way you can also do it, instead of putting it in front of people, is hide it. You kind of focus your energy or your intent into this symbol or letters stacked on top of each other that you created. You kind of connect the letters together, the remaining letters. I guess I skipped that part. You know, with your remaining letters, you combine them together to create a symbol that feels cool or looks, you know, cool to you, something that satisfies you. And you focus your intent or goal or energy into it as you're making it. You know, you're thinking about what you want it to do, you know, you're thinking about what it's going to do and stuff like that. And then you draw it out, and you can either hide it, you know, so nobody sees it, or you can put it in plain sight, like I said, and draw that energy from people thinking, what is that, you know? The symbol in plain sight gains energy from people that look at it, obviously, and you can take that energy from people that don't believe it and transform it and use it, kind of like corporate logos flashing, you know? When you're sleeping, they play all these money videos or these videos to get you to buy stuff. They're trying to get into your subconscious mind, you know? Sometimes it works. You wake up and you're like, hey, I want this new coffee maker, and I don't know why. Well, because last night it was drilled into your head through those commercials and symbols. That's kind of what sigil magic is. It's a symbol that has an intent or a goal, and it's flashed in front of someone or hidden, and they kind of see it when they walk by sometimes. You know, you kind of hide it in plain view. You don't really want to hide it so they don't see it, really, I guess. You kind of hide it within the table or a shelf of books, and they, you know, they don't realize it, but they see it when they walk by. You know, they see it in their subconscious mind, and it does have effects eventually, and they're wondering why. Well, you know why. And it's funny, you know, you can use it with you know, children or your household. I actually used one that helped everyone get along and not fight as much in the household, and I put it on the fridge because I know everyone walks around the fridge, and they looked at it, and I knew that they thought about it, and every time they looked at it, they would think about it, and they would possibly think about being nice, but, you know, I don't know if it worked all the time, but I could definitely tell a difference. They tried to get along better, and, you know, it was funny because I just laughed, and I knew it worked. And another part of sigil magic is you can't sit there and wait for it to happen. You know, you can't sit there and watch and wait and wait. You'll be sitting there forever thinking, what? This is not working. Big part of it is forgetting about it. That's a big part of magic and a lot of formulas. You do your magic, you focus your intent intensely, you think about it really hard when you're doing it, and then you cast it out there, and then you forget about it. Now, forgetting about it is releasing the energy, letting it flow, letting it do what it wants, what it's intended to do. If you're thinking about it constantly, you're holding on to that energy. It's not going to be used, it's not going to be released. So you do your magic, you focus, and then you release after you're finished. And then once you release and finish it, then it can work. You know, it depends on the time, but it'll work as long as you release it. Now, another type of sigil is called a group sigil. Now, this is really cool. I learned about this recently. You can create a sigil or a symbol in a group of people. You know, you draw a letter or symbol, and you pass it to the next person, and they draw their letter or symbol and their meaning. And you kind of go through the process and stack the letters and create a symbol that everyone agrees on, and kind of share the intent with it. And you know, you do your little ritual. You can burn herbs, take pictures, and, you know, you share it with each other and each other's friends. You know, you take the picture, you post it on Facebook, you post it anywhere you can think of, you show it to people, you know, and instantly other people are showing everyone else. Boom, 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 your symbol's out there. And I think a good sigil to make, or, you know, intent to make a sigil with a group sigil, is a money sigil. You know, you put a money spell out there for luck and money to draw to your group. You know, you want your group to succeed and have money and do good. Well, you create those symbols with those intents, and you spread it out there like a virus, you know. And the more people that see it, the more people that are putting energy into it, that's the more luck and success you'll gain from it. And you can put it out there and it can last forever. This symbol is ongoing. So, it can last forever. You can keep gaining success and money for a long time as long as that symbol's out there and people are clicking on it and looking at it still. You're still drawing energy from it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on sigil magic that I know of right now. The next episode I'm working on, I'm going to show you how to correctly cast a circle and close a circle. And I also want to share some more methods of magic with you, some more things that you can do. I want to show you some stuff about planetary magic. There's also, I want to explain the invoke and banish method. Whenever you banish something, out of your life, negativity, you also have to invoke something. This is a good rule I learned about recently, and it's something I'm going to be explaining in the next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys keep making your lives better and interested in using magic to make it better. And I hope this is kind of helping explain a little bit more about how magic works, and we can use magic to make our lives a lot better. And I will see you next time. Take it easy.